In order to build a trebuchet, you will need wood. Plywood works best, or any scrap wood would work also, and a broomstick. To begin with, you should always build your base. Your base is really important because it will be holding your whole trebuchet together. Next, you will build your frame with support. You will cut at least 2 feet and a distance where you can meet your base to your frame. Second, you will need to screw on all the... Next, you will drill holes in order to keep your broomstick to build. Next, your throwing arm. After that is built and nicely put in, you will add a counterweight. We duct tape ours simplest way. Next, you will build your slingshot with any material such as cloth and a rope. And lastly, your throwing device. This is really important and should be responsible for any action your trebuchet does. Thank you. How a trebuchet works. First, you will require a lot of weight in order for it to go any distance you would like. Second, your slingshot is very important. It should be done right enough where your object can be thrown. Also, you shall need a nail and make sure half of your slingshot is stuck to your throwing arm. Our throwing device requires a nail and holding contraption. Lastly, you shall need a rope in order to release.
Hey guys, my name is Nicole. This is my lovely dog named Domo. And my partner is Alexis, and we are building a trebuchet for our physics class. Right now I will be teaching you about the history of the trebuchet, where it comes from, what it consists of, and where the word comes from. The trebuchet goes back to the Middle Ages. It's a similar type of weapon to a catapult, but it has a greater effect, better aim, and it has different parts to it. The trebuchet has been a siege weapon in the Middle Ages to destroy castles, to destroy city walls during a battle. The word trebuchet is derived from the French word trebuchet, which means to throw over. The medieval trebuchet consists of a lever, a sling, a counterweight, 2 arms, and a platform. In the sling you put the object, so back then it would be like huge rocks, and then in the counterweight it would be even more huge rocks, which would make the object, which is the rock, go over. And when they would pull a string in order for the object to go over, they would have a better aim. The medieval engineers worked so hard on this idea and this concept and the way it was built in order to have a better aim to greater results. The trebuchet is actually much better than a catapult because you can...
Hey guys, we will be doing our calculations for the trebuchet. We had gotten 7 meters and the time was 3.5 meters per second. Okay, so for our first step, we were going to find Vx. So the equation would be x equals v naught t plus 1.5 acceleration in t. But since we don't have acceleration, we cross it out and we plug in the numbers, which is 7 equals v naught and 3.5. You would divide 3.5 to both sides, cancel this out, and you would get 2 as a v. For the second step, it's very simple. You just have to find the time that it reaches halfway point at a maximum height. So it would be 3.5 divided by 2, which gives you 1.75. It would be 1.75 meters per second. And then for step 3, it would be v equals v naught t plus 8t. So the initial velocity would be 0, and this would be for the vy, plus acceleration always 10, and then 3.5. So you would get 35, and then you subtract 35 from both sides, which you get 35 equals vy. For our fourth step, we would get vx squared plus vy equals v2 squared plus 35 squared equals v, which gives you 1,209. And for our last step, to find the angle, we would put 35 over 2 times tangent would give you 30 degrees. And that's pretty much it for our calculations. Very simple. Sadly, our trebuchet wasn't able to pass the 10 meters, but I mean, we at least got 7, right? And yes, thank you.